Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy OG Black. If you haven't hit that smash, subscribe, like, notification, and share this, guys. What's up? Um, you know, to tell you the truth, a lot of people are always asking me, "Hey, OG Black, you've done a lot of prison time." Yeah. Hey, OG Black, you've been in the county jail, right? I said, "Yeah." They said, "Hey, OG Black, you've been to YA, right?" I said, "Yeah." "Hey, OG Black, you've been to the juvenile hall system, right?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Hey, OG Black, you know how the camps work and the foster care homes and the judicial system in California works, right?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "So you know about segregations and the different cliques and the different things that run through all the different places of institutions you've been to?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you notice anything?" I go, "Yeah, I do. I mean, I've done time with Northerners, Bulldogs, Black people, Asian people, Samoan, you name it. I've met, even through the business, I've met them. Um, um, you know, my mom, she's 100% Mexicana, born in Mexico, born and raised. You know, my dad was born here. Um, he'd go every 2 months to Michoacan with my grandpa. You know, um, the word that they use in the CDC for Mexicanos of Mexico of national origin or birthplace, they call them, paisanos or border brothers. My generation uses more the word paisa. My dad's generation uses more the word border brother. Um, my dad told me, he was like, "I don't ever want to hear you call any raza a border brother or a paisa or a wetback or a mojado." He said, "Because that's what you're making fun of your mom." And he said, "Whatever way she got here, that's how she got here. And you should be proud that your mom had the guts to do what she had to do." You know? Um, you know, I've been with all different levels, county jail, prison. Um, you know, the Raza, they're a trip. They can make flowers out of toilet paper. They can make crosses out of underwear, out of your socks. Um, they mostly 99.9% of them are always honest and loyal. Um, you know, in the county jail, their charges are like anybody else's charges. They range from murder to kidnapping to assault and robbery to petty theft to as high as crimes as drug trafficking, like your boy OG Black. I met a lot of guys in the special handling unit, who were heavy hitters from Sinaloa, from Tijuana, from Juarez, from Tamaulipas, Nuevo Leon, Guamuchi, um, everywhere, you know, and it's unbelievable because people tell me, how do they treat each other in there? Now, when you go to the California prison system, everybody's got their own table, their own ride, their own, car or whatever you want to call it. You got your Chicanos, your Southsiders, the M. You got Aryan Brotherhood, P9 branching off. You got the Paisanos, you got the blacks, and the blacks running with the Asians and the Samoans. And, the Mexicanos, they hold their own. There's no doubt about it. They have a say so in the prison, and if they pop it off, we pop it off, and the whites pop it off. So, anybody pops it off with them, it's got a 3-on-1. No matter what, we got their backs. There's our times in some institutions where we do go at it with them for either a dope debt or a problem on the yard or disrespect or something came out wrong, but it usually gets fixed before it gets violent. Like I told you guys before, your boy OG Black let you guys in on this stuff because he doesn't want you in this life, man. Um, he doesn't want you seeing suffering. He doesn't want you seeing getting a 5 to 10 bid. Um, all Mexico is on fire right now. Heads being chopped off, people being thrown in gutters. Um, it's affecting the world, and no one sees it. You know, people see, certain factions, certain inner wars, like El Señor y los Menores, and the Menores dad, Chapo, he is no he's no rookie to the game, guys. You know, there's rumors everywhere of what happened with Rafa and Chapo, and I've even heard personal things from people saying that Rafa has a personal grudge against Chapo. Chapo worked for him in the early times. He was one of his under guys. Rafa was his boss. Rafa sat in prison for 20 something years, and Chapo was on the loose for 20 something years, and his kids got rich and his family got rich. I mean, don't get me wrong. Rafa's people had their thing going on and stuff like that, but nothing to the things that the Menores had, or that Chapo had. Um, my opinion is that some people sit in prison and they hold grudges, you know, and that's what's happened with them. But being in prison with the paisanos, I've learned so much from them, and what it's like with them. And most of them, were just like my mom, and cool, and humble. Yeah, you'd get your one or two who would be, wrong, but everybody's got their rotten apples in the bunch. Most of them that I met in the prison system who were heavy hitters because of the special handling units that I was in the county jail, they were looking at big bids. They were just waiting for the feds to pick them up. They were waiting for the state to reject their case and the feds to pick it up. And a lot of them are looking at a lot of time. They used to talk to me because they knew who I was and who my people were, and that that I could be trusted, and my advice would be as honest as I could give it. And I would read their paperwork. It'd take about a week, guys. And these guys would have some horrendous stuff on their paperwork, like 59 keys of black, negra, tar, and $65,000 and a 9mm Glock and a phone, 3 phones that don't stop ringing with, "Hey man, can I get that? Hey man, I got the 1,000 I owe you. Hey man, I got the 5 grand I owe you." These guys are pretty much guilty. The only thing is they were fighting for as lenient sentence as they can get. You know what I mean? And your boy OG Black was just like, a lot of you guys are screwed. A lot of you guys are gonna do a lot of time. A lot of people have been asking me to do this video over and over. What is the time? And I don't mean no disrespect. They like my mom said, the way they call them in the CDC or the world, a lot of people call them is paisas, Raza. And, your boy OG Black don't see them like that, man. They're just like normal people like anybody else, whether they're black, Asian, Russian, Croatian, whether they're Aussies, whether they're from Great Britain. Hey, man, we all bleed red, homeboy, at the end. We all bleed red. I hope you guys like this story. It's your boy OG Black. It's not as loud as it probably should be. I'm being kind of quiet because it's early in the morning. Remember, guys, I don't get paid for this. I'm not monetized because this whole COVID thing, YouTube is pretty much on a halt. My Patreon, I've had it open. I'm learning how to load videos on there. It's not an easy thing. Remember, I'm a one-man team, and I'm not tech savvy. And it never paid for me to be tech savvy in this business. But now, I need to be tech savvy, guys. Okay, so if you want to donate to my channel or to me, it's ogblackshow@gmail.com. Or you can get at me at ogblackshow on my Patreon and join my Patreon. There's going to be a lot of videos on my Patreon, guys, that I can't load on this channel. Fire stuff. I mean, I've given you guys stuff. If you check out my community post, I put a photo up there, and I have some really good photos, and I have some really good stories. I got one coming up, and I just need permission, and people in my life, you know what I'm talking about. And that story's fire. I have the photos and so much evidence on this man that he was a great person, but he also did a lot of bad. I'm not admiring him. It's just a story. Like I've told you guys before, when someone does something bad, let's point it out, but let's talk about the good stuff they did too. It's your boy OG Black. Remember, ogblackshow@gmail.com or OG Black Show on the Patreon. Hope you guys enjoy this. You have a good morning. And remember, three things in this life: death, illness, and prison. And you hurt everybody along the way, all the way to the top, guys. You guys have a good morning, and I'll see you tonight.